Badoosh ninjas, welcome back to the channel. Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. My ninjas, we got some more War of the Spark spoilers. Some of these are crazy OP. Also some leaked cards you won't see anywhere else. Make sure you stick around. And an infinite combo, yes! Also, there's some really cool artwork I saw when I was browsing the internet today. Some sweet altered art on a Liliana of the Last Hope. I'm going to share that with you as well. But let's get down into the spoilers. And the infinite combo is kind of silly. Casualties of War is our first spoiler for the day. It's a 6-drop. It seems like a lot to cast in Golgari colors, and really it is. Standard, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but before we get too carried away, let's just break down the card. It is a sorcery. It is a rare. Choose one or more. I like this. Destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy target enchantment, destroy target land, destroy target planeswalker. Let's talk about this. Casualties of War is going to be very powerful, especially in like Commander. In Commander builds, if you're running black and green, you're going to be running Casualties of War. It's probably going to become a must-have in Commander builds. Reason being, choose one or more. A lot of people that play Commander in their decks, you typically see an artifact. You typically see a creature. There's typically an enchantment. They almost always have a land. And a lot of the time, a planeswalker. Some are floating around. If you can cast this and use all 5, you can destroy an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, and planeswalker. Wow. If you can cast 4, huge payoff. 3, really not bad. That's a lot of power. 1 and 2, I don't know. That's why the whole, will this be that impactful in Standard question comes to rise up from the ashes. Yeah, I don't know. We got to see how quick Standard is. But right now, I think Standard's, the new meta is going to be a lot slower than the last one. That's just my feeling. Casualty of War, very powerful. Going to see a lot of play. Every commander is going to be running this. Just saying. Standard, though, again, I don't know, man. Finale of Devastation is a sorcery. This is one of the leaks. There's 3 total. Search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield. You can just throw it on the battlefield. It's a tutor, more words or less. If you search your library this way, shuffle. If X is 10 or more, creatures you control get +X and gain haste until end of turn. Insanity. Now, there's something I want you to think about. There are some elves out there. This is just for Standard means. But there are some elves out there. There's one in particular. It's a legendary. And every time an elf hits the battlefield, it gets +1/+1 counter. And for every +1/+1 counter on the elf, you're able to tap it for that much green mana, which is ridiculous. It gets out of control quite quick. If this card is to come see play in Standard, you're going to need a deck that's running ramp like crazy. Especially if you're going to want to get that X 10 or more off, which that's the huge payoff. Commander players, you're going to love these finale cards. They are extremely powerful. And a lot of times when you're playing Commander and whatnot, I don't want to dabble too much in Commander, but it seems like this set is heavy in Commander. This is going to be an amazing set. War of the Spark is going to be nuts, I'm just telling you. But yeah, the X 10 or more, +X and gains haste, get out of here, man. That's just insane. It's going to be a card I'm going to hope to play. I'm going to try to pull it off in Standard for the big payoff, but at least tutors something up. Not bad. It comes around the battlefield too. Bioessence Hydra is a 5-drop. Decent artwork on this. I dig it. I like the kind of like aura stuff, the blue things like the ribbons floating around the Hydra. It's pretty cool. Creature Hydra Mutant. It's a rare. It has trample. I don't know why all Hydras don't have trample and have reach. I don't get it. Why don't Hydras have reach? These things like come up so far from above the ground, like they're huge heads. Like why don't they have reach? I don't get it. Anyway, enough of that. It's a 5-drop. It is in Simic colors. Trample Bioessence Hydra enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each loyalty counter on planeswalkers you control. Interesting. So we're going to have some planeswalkers built around this. Whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are put on planeswalkers you control, put that many +1/+1 counters on Bioessence Hydra. It's a 4/4. This is great with those proliferate builds. I'm telling you, if you're running planeswalkers, if you're running Simic, and you're running you're going to be running a trample. You're going to be running, not a trample, you're going to be running a Hydra Mutant. If you have the Planeswalkers and you're trying to proliferate everything, this is going to be a go-to card for you. Maybe 1 or 2 ofs in these decks. Maybe 3 ofs. I don't even know. It can get out of control. Stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall. Storm of the Citadel is a 5-drop. We don't edit here. It's a 5-drop sorcery. Uncommon until end of turn. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker. Destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. I do like it. It's only sorcery, though. I mean, if this was instant, it would have a decent chance to see some play. But being that it is a sorcery and it's 5 to cast, I just don't know. I don't think it's going to see a heck ton of play. But, I mean, this is something to consider, definitely limited and whatnot. Maybe I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Also, sideboard, that is probably your best bet if it's going to make its way into standard. Finale of Revelation. This was not a leak. This was a spoil. X and 2 blue sorcery. It is a mythic. All these finale cards are going to be seeing commander play. Draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library. Draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Finale of Revelation. I just don't see this making its way into standard. I mean, I could be completely wrong. This is just my speculation on this card. But definitely, commanders, yep, you're going to be running this. There's not too much, I don't know, there's not too much to say about this, man. I like the card, though, I'll give it that. Oath of Kaya had to be legendary. It's overpowering. Sorry about the blurs, but that's just how it is right now. These cards came out a little early. It's a 3-drop. I didn't think we were going to see Oath of Kaya, honestly. I didn't think we were going to see an Oath for Kaya, is what I'm saying. But it's a legendary enchantment. It definitely had to be legendary. When Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. That alone is not too bad for a 3 casting cost. Not terrible. You're gaining 3 life, you're dealing 3 damage. Not too bad. Whenever an opponent attacks the planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player, and you gain 2 life. I really like this. Can fit into a lot of builds. Orzhov, yeah, well, obviously it's the same colors. But the fact just that Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player, and you gain 2 life, and that can be used and abused. You can keep doing it, whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker creature you control. I like it. I love it. Kaya, looking cute. I wish I could see better artwork on this, though. Really can't see it all. But it will see play. 100,000 billion% this will see play in standard. Finale of Glory is a sorcery. Create X 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with vigilance. If X is 10 or more, also create X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying and vigilance. Again, if X is 10 or more, also create X 4/4. Can you imagine how many angels are going to hit the battlefield? It's good. Well, I mean, whatever you pay for X, really. But it's going to be bonkers, man. I'm loving these kind of cards. And these are all mythic. All these finale cards are mythic. The price is probably going to be driven up simply by commander players. I can't say it enough. I'm trying not to repeat myself a billionth time, but these cards are more so going to see a lot. Maybe one-ofs in standard builds. You'll see these cards. Maybe one-ofs. But, I mean, I can't see going 2 or 3, 3. I just don't see it. It's a huge finisher, though, by any means necessary. This thing is going to get out of control if you can pull it off in any format. Oh, my God. The 10 payoff's ridiculous. Ashiok, Dream Render. This one came out, I think, yesterday, but I thought it'd be cool to throw it up here. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. It's -1. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Then exile each opponent's graveyard. It comes in with 5 loyalty. It would probably combo fairly nicely with Kaya Orzhov Usurper, especially its ultimate. Usurper deals damage to target player equal to that number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. It just makes the -5, her ultimate, that much sweeter, man. Also, bye-bye Phoenix, man. We'll see you later, because target player puts top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, then exile each opponent's graveyard. So if there were, oh, you drew a Phoenix on top there, and it's going to your graveyard. Well, it's going to get exiled, and we'll see you later. So pretty nice. And I like that it's hybrid casting cost. I think that really shines. Expect to see Ashiok Dream Render in some builds. Next, we have Finale of Eternity. It is a sorcery. Destroy up to 3 target creatures with toughness X or less. This probably is one of the cards that has a better chance of anything of being found in standard builds. If X is 10 or more, return all creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. I understand it's a hefty casting cost. One last time. Commanders. Anyone who plays Commander, you're going to want probably copies of all these kind of finale. All these finale cards, for sure. They are very powerful, and there's always like excess mana sitting around the battlefield, you know. People always like to use their artifacts, there's enchantments that can get more stuff out, you know. Ramp cards, just the list goes on. You know, Commander games are usually longer than others. But this is a great, extremely powerful card. Soul Diviner, almost always a draw option. This is true. For Deuce, creature, this is one that has an infinite combo with it. Creature, zombie wizard, tap it, remove a counter from an artifact, creature, land, or planeswalker you control, draw a card. Amass anyone? Yeah, those big amass zombies, well, I mean, at least you can do it with this. It's a 2/3, it's only 2 to cast in a Dimir. I expect this to see play 1,000,000,000% in standard for sure. Let's go down and break down the combo. Credit goes to Rich Mitchie on Reddit, where I came across this. Thought it was interesting. I messaged him, told him I'm going to be using it, and I thought it'd be pretty sweet to explain to you guys. So you have to have all of these cards on the battlefield. You're going to sack Goralf's Messenger to Visor Seer, then tap Soul Diviner, taking a +1/+1 from Messenger. Sack Goralf's Messenger again, make Soul Diviner on tap with Faces of the Past. Repeats until you win, basically is how it's going to go. Remember how Undying works? When this creature dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, returns to battlefield under its owner's control. So you're taking that +1/+1 counter and just using and abusing the card over and over again. Got to have all 4 cards to work. I'm sure there's another combo out there that is a little more hasty to get off, maybe even including one less card. But I thought this was very neat. Thank you, Rich Mitchie, for posting this. I love coming across really cool stuff on Reddit. Speaking of which, Liliana, the Last Hope. I found this because Duke of Hearts shared it. He's a Reddit user, but alter credit goes to at RAAANEF on Instagram. The artwork on this is absolutely breathtaking. I just stopped and just chilled like this for a minute, just looking at that. Like, it is beautiful. I love the wings on her, too. I really do. Is she even a fallen angel? I don't know, but I would love it if she was. Well, I guess will soon be available as a removable sleeve, so you can sleeve up your cards, man, with these pretty little guys. Gorgeous. This is altersleeves.com. If anyone's interested, links in the description of this video. Definitely check them out. And again, this is not sponsored. I saw something I liked on the internet, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go out there, and I'm just going to share it. You know, I thought it was really cool. So hats off to the fine gentleman there over at altersleeves.com. If you guys enjoyed this video, by all means, leave a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It goes a long way. Hit the bell button if you already have not. Hooray! And yeah, if you're not subscribed, might want to go get checked out. Something's probably wrong with you. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in to Bad Boy Game. And also, we cracked open a pretty old box, an old bundle, an old fat pack, if you will, earlier today. Might want to check that out as well. Something caught me off guard like crazy in the video. Anyway, guys, love the artwork on this Liliana, the Last Hope. Absolutely breathtaking. Skadoosh! Later, ninjas.